Loki is an important part of the MCU? You don't say. You don't say. We're also talking about the actor himself, Tom Hiddleston, but not just the series. Let's clarify that first and foremost. So as part of hyping up the future of the MCU, as part of hyping up the slate of TV series coming to Disney+, Kevin Feige has been recently doing the rounds, hyping up various projects in the MCU. One of these he recently touched upon was Loki, starring Tom Hiddleston. And first and foremost, he wanted to praise Tom Hiddleston. Literally from top to bottom, there was nothing but praise, saying that once you see the show, once you see what they've done, it's the Tom Hiddleston show, that he carries and takes away and steals every single scene he is in with the same amount of energy, charm, and wittiness that you see in all the other top Tom Hiddleston Loki scenes in the MCU, which honestly to me sounds pretty incredible, because it's one of those things where if you do the whole slow drip Loki scenes throughout the MCU, they stand out more than when they're just compiled one on top of the other. And you see that in the likes of Thor Ragnarok, for example, where I absolutely love how they handled Loki, but it's that drip feed that they do throughout the film that I think makes him stand out more with how witty he is and his remarks. So the fact that they can possibly translate that into a lot of episodes, and he's constantly doing it, sounds pretty amazing to me. Again, the jury is still out till we see it for ourselves, but I have no reason to doubt Kevin Feige here. Now, on the other side of that, he also praised the Loki series for its importance in the MCU. And he wouldn't say how or why it's important, but he said it's another big part of the MCU and what they're building up and how they're trying to establish this, I guess, next direction and next slate for the MCU. Now, we've covered it here on the channel, but quite clearly, Kang is going to have a presence in Loki. Kang will be the villain of the upcoming third Ant-Man film. So you start to sort of see what he's teasing without confirming it. And I think overall, when we finally get to see what Loki is all about, when we see more of it, when we see a new trailer on top of what we already had, I think many of us, again, will be surprised and will end up agreeing with him that this is something special, a series that not many of us really wanted, but now that we're getting it, we sort of understand why we need it. And I think that hypes me up for this series more than anything, because it's the fear of the unknown, right? I fear it because I'm like, it's Loki, man, he's not really one of my favorites. But on the other hand, the MCU has surprised me with so many projects like that I'm eagerly anticipating it. So does this get you any more excited? I mean, it was a given that Hiddleston was going to be amazing as Loki, because that's what he's done for like a decade, but I'm more excited now, just knowing the fact that, yeah, he goes all in and he doesn't hold back. That just sounds amazing. I mean, he's going to be DB Cooper, for the love of God. You can't ask for something more ridiculous and better than that.